Happy Thursday, everyone. Welcome to my craft room. And I am Pam Savage. I am Pam Savage, owner of Young at Heart Creations, and I love to paint with you at least one day a week and more if I can. We're going to be working on another little cutting board or charcuterie board. Is that how you say it? Is it charcuterie? I never can say that word. Anyway, this board, this is what it looked like before, and I've gone ahead and done some base coating on it. So we're going to go ahead and put a little design on it. Hi, Sharon. But I went ahead and did some base coating, just simple base coating, and so that I could have that out of the way so you didn't have to watch that boring part of it. I don't think it's boring, though. I think it's relaxing. All right, let me see if I can get us pulled up here so I can see comments. And we are having some storms going through, so I hope that we're going to be able to do this. There we go. Okay, says I have comments. All right, Sharon, would you say hi? Just say hi or hello so I can make sure that everything's working on my end. I think it is, but just want to be sure. So we did get a nice little rain, and we had a storm that came through, pretty windy and a lot of lightning and thunder, but we did get some good rain out of it, so that's great. We'll take all that rain we can get. All right, I'm going to try to rotate us here. Let's see what this does. It may not let me. You can't turn your phone while recording. I have to do it before. Well, I did. Let's see. Okay, y'all. Oh, but now I'm sideways for you. Not for me, but for you. Okay, let's turn it back. One of these days, I'm going to get it all straight. All right, let's see. Okay, so I'm back. So we will do the rotating. I have to do it beforehand. So, okay. I think we've got everybody now. Let's make sure that I can see my comments. So there we go. Okay. All right, so I'm going to bring this phone down. But before I do, I just wanted to remind everyone that the paint party that we're having, or paint day, Paint with Pam Day. Thank you, Roxy Bishop, for giving me the confidence to put that out there. That was one of the first things I came up with, but then I thought, no, I don't know if that sounds, I don't want it to sound braggy, you know, but then you're going to be painting with Pam, so that's what we're calling it. We're calling it Paint with Pam Day, and it is on August the 5th here in Sherman, Texas at the Movie Bowl Grill, and that's where I had the last one, the bigger one. Now, we did have a smaller paint party at the bank, but this one is at the Movie Bowl Grill. We had a couple of years ago at this place, and they were so good to us. Does cost me a little bit to rent it, but or a lot actually to rent it, but they weren't any more expensive than anybody else around, and they are so good, and it's just 5 minutes from my house, so that's what we're going with, and I'm very excited with it. About it, and talked to Lisa at the Movie Bowl Grill, and she's been so helpful already, so I'm so excited. We will be making the large ones. This is a 6-inch. We'll be making the 12-inch little snowmen. We'll be making those. They can hold all kinds of things. So we'll be doing that. And then we're going to be doing these large mason jars. All right, do y'all want a sneak peek? Hi, Lewis. Hello. Do you want a sneak peek of what? I've only got the pattern half done on here, but this is what we're going to be working on. So we're going to be doing, you can tell it's going to be a pumpkin. Got some more stuff to do up here, some things to do down here. So we're going to be doing this. I was going to do a different one, but after I did it myself, I decided it was going to take too long, and then I was afraid you wouldn't get finished with it. So we've got several more things we're going to do to this. But here's a sneak peek of what your pattern's going to be. We're going to have some greenery up here. We're going to have some stuff down here. We've got a little critter that's going to go on here. So this is what we'll be doing at the Paint with Pam Day. So you've got 2 projects that we'll be doing. Now remember, this is the small one. Yours will be about, let's see how tall this is. This is 15 inches. The one that we'll be doing, the clothespin we'll be doing, is 12 inches. So it's going to be about to right there. So it's tall, and we'll be doing this, and we'll be doing this. Of course, this is just half finished. I didn't want to show you everything yet. Got to tease you a little bit, but look how much fun that's going to be. I'm going to go ahead and have the background done for you so that we can go ahead and get started on it at the party. So, and that is just a simple base coat. I'll show you how to do it, but I'm going to have that done for you. And the pattern's going to be already, for the most part, drawn on. These are just little freehand flowers, but I will have the circles placed for you. So easy peasy if you've never painted, and so easy to add things that you want to add if you're a painter. Now let me show you the first one that I came up with, but I wanted to paint it first because there are a lot of details in it, but I was afraid. I just decided that we might not be able to get finished with it in time. So, because there's a lot of detail in it, but this is one that I was working on last night. Got him done. So that kind of gives you an idea of what we're going to be doing. We'll have shading, some line work, stylus using, or actually the end of your paintbrush. But so lots of things going on. But the big thing is, everybody's been asking me, okay, I want to come. You asked me for this, so that's why I'm doing it, because first of all, I enjoy it. But several of you contacted me and said, can we do another one? I've even changed the date for a couple of you. The first, it was going to be the 12th, and then I had some say, no, school's starting that week, I can't come. This and this is happening, I can't come. Can you move it up a week? So I did move the date up a week. Hi, Deborah. Hello. So the official date is August the 5th. Here in Sherman, Texas, and that is a 1 day, and it's going to be from 9:30. I think I first told you 9 o'clock, but I can't even start setting up till 8:30. So 9:30 to 5-ish, depending on when we finish. We may finish a little sooner, but we'll have, hi Melinda, hello. We're going to be painting on this tonight, a little, I call it a cutting board, but whatever it's called, that shark, I don't know what it's, I cannot say that word, y'all. It's kind of like some people can't say aluminum. I can't say that word. But anyway, so we're going to be painting on this tonight, and we'll get started here in just a second. But I wanted to let you know, I've posted my flyer on here, and the link to go to purchase your ticket is there, or you can go to my website, youngatheartcreations.com, and just click on events, and Paint with Pam will be there. And you can pay. Be sure, now so many of you go in and you fill out the form, but then at the bottom you don't click register, and I never receive anything. So you have to fill out the form, and you have to click on register, and that takes you to pay. And then once you do that, then it comes to me that you've secured a seat. And the seats are limited. I don't have as many open because I don't have as many things for you to paint. So they are limited. So please don't wait too long. Deadline is July the 20th, but don't wait too long, because once they're gone, they're gone. So $125. It's August the 5th from 9:30 to 5. We'll paint 2 projects. Of course, we're going to have door prizes. We always do. We'll break for lunch. They have a restaurant right there. And or there's some other things around the facility that you could go to. We'll take an hour for lunch, then we'll come back and we will hit it hard on the second one. We'll have a photo op, and then if we have time, we'll have question and answers on painting or business, and work on maybe some techniques. So it'll be a full day. But if you're within a couple of hours of here, I would say it would be worth driving for. Now, flying up for 1 day, I don't think that, that would be worth it. But if you're close enough driving distance, grab a friend and come on. Okay, enough of that, but I will be advertising like crazy for it because I don't want anybody to miss out. And usually I give myself 4 to 5 months to do this, and we've only got not even a couple of months. So for the ticket sales and everything. So we got to get busy on it. Okay, I'm going to bring you down. We are going to paint. I'm going to make this. I saw something on Pinterest, and so I'm going to take my stab at it, the way I want to do it. We're going to do a little scarecrow. So I've already done some base coating. I base coated in marigold for the hat and the brim. And then the face was done in, I always want to say buttercream, buttermilk, deco buttermilk. Okay, let's get some shading done. I'm going to shade around the face in cocoa. So let me bring you down. Hi, Deborah. And I meant to do this horizontally in the beginning, and I didn't do it, so and it won't let me change it now. So I don't want to get out and come back in, so we're just going to go with it. So let's go ahead and we will do our little hat brim. I'm sorry, I'm going to do the face. So the easiest way that I do my shading now, my floating, shading and highlighting is what you do, but the technique is called floating. If it's darker than your base coat color, then it's shading. If it's lighter, then it's called highlighting. Okay, and I'm going to use an angle brush. And I'm going to I'm just going to put a little bit of water on it. And I'm going to load just the toe. When it's an angle brush, the longest part is called the toe in the front, and then the heel is at the back. It's the shorter. And then we're just going to go for it. And again, this is cocoa. I'm not even being too careful about not going over the line here because that hat brim is going to cover it. And it may not even show, but just in case it doesn't come down quite far enough, I wanted to get some shading on here. And we're going to have some straw coming out from underneath it. Okay, so just a simple little shade line. And let's go ahead and go all around the face. I've just got a damp brush. And these lights really dry it out quickly, so you're ready to go in no time. And then I got my brush a little damp, but then blotted it off, and I just have some more paint. Now you can also load it with your base coat color first, and then put some on the toe, and it works just the same. Having that little bit of moisture helps it kind of fade out, blend out. Now, I purposely didn't put anything on the back. I will probably leave this one and just seal it, but you could do a double-sided. You could do something fall on this side, something Christmas or spring on this side of it, so you could make it a double-sided. We call it a tubie. Or that's what my paint party girls call it. Are we doing a tubie? So that link is ready for you to go and to pay, to grab your seat. I'm so excited. I cannot wait. It's going to be so much fun. The last one was so much fun. Now, I won't have my singers there this time. My granddaughters sang last time for us. They sing at weddings and different things, but they are both working and going to school, so they won't be able to do that. I may have one of my granddaughters there who sings beautiful, but she's the shy one. She won't sing in front of you. But she could also sing at weddings and things if she just could get over her shyness, because she's very good too. with that moisture on there, it just glides. And I'm just getting it on there, and then I'm just smoothing it out. Now, there are some more technical ways to do this. A little more advanced way, if you want to call it that. But this is the easiest way, and it really gets, I think, about the same effect. So we're good and going with that. Okay, now for the marigold, we're going to switch to milk chocolate. That was cocoa, and this is milk chocolate. And it doesn't take much, so I just put out a little bit. I mean, just a dot or so, and then if I need more, I can get more. So let's go ahead and do the hat brim first. So I'm going to get it just a little bit wet. And I'll do one side, and then we'll come down and do the other. Okay, so again, I'm putting it just on the toe of this angle brush. I don't want a real heavy shade on this because we're gonna do some dry brushing on it. It's gonna cover most of it up anyway, but it will be there in the background for us to see. Okay, so shaded and then not shaded yet. I guess you saw my pictures of Jack in Alaska. They were supposed to go a year ago, or a couple of years ago, I guess, before Jack. And COVID canceled the flights and the booking. So they now they have Jack. So they took him with them. And he has been such a trooper. So the flight over there wasn't quite as easy. He hadn't had his nap, and he'd never been in an airplane or anything like that. And so he was a little fussy going over there. And I know it messes with the little ones. I know it messes with their ears. And, you know, hurts, and plus him teething. So I added just a little bit of water to my brush because it was kind of dragging. But they said once he got over there and had a good nap and good night's sleep, said he has had a blast. So because of Mom's stroke and everything, I haven't seen him, or we haven't seen him in 2 weeks. They said now his new thing is, he is standing up. He'll just be sitting in the floor and just stands up. He's not walking yet, but he just stands up in the middle of the floor. So it won't be long. He has a birthday this month, the 25th. A year old. My, how time flies. Okay, so we got the brim done as far as the shading. And I'm just going to kind of keep moving on because this is a lot of detail on this one tonight. This is a little bit streaky and could probably use one more coat, but we're going to have so much over it, I don't think it's going to matter. So for time's sake, I'm just going to go with it. Not even going to shade here, right here, because the brim's going to be over it. Okay, and again, we're using that milk chocolate. I'm going to go ahead and do the ends because the, not sure how far up that brim's going to come. Okay, I'm not seeing my comments on here. There we go. Okay, I got one from Heather. So it's not showing me everybody's. On my phone, I see Heather and Peggy and Jane, but on my, and Melinda and Lewis, but on my iPad, I'm not seeing any, except just like 3. Okay, we're just going to keep going around here. Now, this board is a little rough in spots, in with the exception of just taking it outside and giving it a good sanding. Not a lot, you know, you can do about it, but I didn't mind that this one was a little rough. Trying to get that light out of my eyes a little bit. I can't see what I'm doing. I've got so many projects going. Of course, I'm still working on the hats. I was trying to decide what I was going to paint tonight. I had 3 different options, and so I decided to go with this one. And then working on the pattern for the paint day. I think it's going to be so cute and fun. Lots of techniques in it, but they're easy techniques. And I'll walk you through it, so it'll be, I won't say completely easy. If you've never painted, you might be nervous about it, but we take it step by step. And you can work at your own pace. The ones that went to the last one said they really enjoyed it. I don't know that I'm going to have a booth. Last year I had a booth that I sold things in. Just kind of cleaning out some inventory. Don't know that I'll do that this year. I'm not sure yet because I don't know that I'm going to have all the help that I typically have. All my grandkids are growing up and going to work and going to school, college. How dare they? Okay. So we've got our shading on that. Now we're going to, let's do some dry brushing on it. And we'll get that done and then we'll work on the face. Hey Roxy, hi Nancy. Make it 4. Thank you. That's my color. Everybody tells me that's my complexion color. Okay, Nancy, what do you mean make it 4? I'm sure I was saying something, but what do you mean make it 4? All right, let's start out with some black. And I'm using an old chip brush. And I'm going to do just a line. And I'm going to get some on it. And then I'm going to get some off. So I'm going to load it, and then I'm going to offload it. Oh, 3 people watching. Okay, thank you. I see 6 now. Thank you. See how my memory is just, going, nearly gone. Okay, and I'm just scraping it on here. Not pressing down much at all. Okay, so there's our black. Not sure if you can see that. There we go. Gonna go across the same way, so I'm gonna load some more on. And then with a very light touch. I'm not getting down on the face. I'm gonna go all the way up. And then the brim's gonna be over that, so that won't matter that much. Okay, I'm gonna put this brush aside. I'm not even gonna wash it out. And I'm gonna get a clean one to do some white. Now this one has gotten really kind of gummed up really good. So I'm gonna pull it apart a little bit. Just kind of rough it up. Okay, and then we're gonna do the same thing with white. Okay, so I'm gonna load it up. Get it on the very tip there. And these chip brushes do lose hairs, do lose bristles. Okay, now I'm gonna go the other direction. So I'm gonna go across it. Get this out of the way. Okay, that brush is not going to work. It is just too, I need to soak it just a little bit. So I'm gonna lay it over here out of the way and grab a different one. Okay, let's see what we can do with this one. It's a little bit wider, but I think it'll be all right. I'm going to get just a little bit more off. Okay, and let's do the same thing on this one. And I've got 3 plates here because I knew I was going to be making a mess on this one. Now, it may be a little hard for you to see. Excuse me. You've got a kind of a crisscross, a little bit of a crisscross hashtag, I guess you could say. Okay, and then I'm even going to go a step further, and I'm going to add some brown. So let's go back the other way here and put a little bit of brown in it, that milk chocolate. I've got to make a Hobby Lobby run. And get paint for the paint day. Okay, so I'm just adding some of that brown. Very, very subtle. Okay, so there's what we've got. Just gonna let that dry on its own. Okay, and then this is where we will glue this down, and I may even take a little nailer and nail it. I don't know, we'll see. But we'll put that on last here in just a few minutes. But let's go ahead and do a little patch. Let's take some Deep Midnight Blue. Your blueberries are getting ripe. Made 21 jars of jam. Oh, that sounds good. I love, love, love blueberries. Okay, so I'm going to take some Deep Midnight Blue. Nancy Nass that's on here introduced me to that. I don't know what I ever did without it. Love, love, love the color. Deep Midnight Blue. And let's make a little patch here. Just going to kind of outline it and then fill it in. You could do a circle, you could do a triangle. And we may put a little one on the hat brim. Not even going to shade it or anything. Just going to smooth the ridges out here. Okay, let's dry that real quick. Just enough that I can put a second coat on it. And then we'll do some stitching. What y'all think about my flyer for the paint day? I chose the template and then told my daughter what I wanted in it, but she created it in Canva. And I loved it. She's very good at it. Anyway, she does it for the public. So on her flyers, if she does you a flyer, she charges $50 per flyer, which I thought was very reasonable. Okay, I'm going to do we'll do a little patch here. And let's do it in Napa Red. We'll do it in Napa Red. And let's do, on this one, let's do a triangle. Now you could put gray or something underneath this Napa red to get it to cover better. We'll just do a couple of coats on it. Sorry, I'm having to turn it up because that light's shining on it. Thank you, Miss Roxy. I thought she did a really good job on it. Okay, and then while I've got my black already out, before it dries up, we'll go ahead and put some stitches on it. And you can do black or white, either one. I'm going to go ahead and do black. Okay, I'm going to put one more coat on that. Now that it's dried, still a little transparent. And we'll leave this side blank over here because I may end up putting a sunflower, like a silk flower or something on it. Not sure yet. Okay, so let's do some stitching here. And you could go around and put X's on it. Or you could put little stitches all the way around. Just several different ways that you can do it. But you've got the patch effect. You could also go inside the middle and kind of highlight them a little bit. And you know, I'll probably end up doing some more details on them. But here's what we've got so far. Okay, and let's go ahead and do, I went ahead and drew out the face that I wanted on tracing paper. Just to see, and I want to bring it down just a little bit because we're going to have some straw coming out of there. Just kind of lining the nose up with this hole up here. So we get it in the center. Oops. Let me get it kind of centered with here. Looks wompy-jawed to me. I know it seems early for fall to be painting something fall, but I'm trying to finish up things that I have over here in my stash and trying to get a jump on the seasons this year because I've got so much other stuff going on. Okay, I'm just going to hold this in place with my finger and then slide the carbon paper underneath. And I want to be careful how, I don't want to rub my hand across because it'll come off. So let's go ahead and just trace it on. let's stand up a little bit. Did I already do that one? Yes, I did. Okay, I'm not going to do that yet because I'm going to paint the whole thing white, and then we'll put our color in. You'll see my crooked finger. Okay, I'm going to do that white, and then I'll fill in the other. I broke that finger when I was 5 years old, roller skating in the house. And I tripped over a little red rocking chair that we had in the hallway. Okay, the mouth I'm not going to trace. I'm just going to freehand it when I get it on there. Okay, that's probably hard for you to see, but I can see it just enough. Okay, so we've still got some of that black. I don't know that we've got enough out, but we'll see here. So I'm going to take my small liner brush. I am going to put a little more black out. That doesn't look very moist where we had stuck everything in it. Okay, I'm going to get a little bit of moisture on my brush and just pull some of that out, letting the water kind of drip down in it, and then just mix it up a little bit. Just want an ink consistency. Then I'm going to wash that out. And this is a 10-0 liner brush, Master's Touch. They're hard to find anymore. I had to order these off of Amazon, and I think it was an individual person that was actually selling them. Okay, so start at the top here. We'll let that dry, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the white in the eyes. Sorry, I'm having to turn this around on you, but these curves, I have to have it a certain direction for it to work out for me. Now we'll outline the rest of it in black, but I'm going to go ahead and fill in with our white. And then that'll just make it easier to come back and put in our black, and then we'll put some blue in as well. Okay, so switch to a round brush, and that white's gotten a little dry. So I'm just really pressing down. Add just a little bit of moisture to my brush. Now this is not the typical eye that I normally do. but I thought it was cute for him. Okay, and I'm just filling it in. And I'll come back and put another coat on it. I got these boards at Walmart. They had them on the clearance aisle. They're a little grainy. You can tell on the back that it's lots of pieces of wood that they've put together. And it's a little bit grainy, but not enough. I mean, the wood raises, the grain does, but it's not enough to not paint on. And fall will be here before we know it. I don't feel like I'm ever ahead of the seasons. I feel like I'm always just trying to catch up. So I will be starting my Christmas stuff here pretty soon. In between all the hats. Okay, let's come back up here and put another coat on this. You're probably looking at it going, whoa, those don't look like eyes. They will, I promise. I just want to be sure that I cover the carbon paper marks up. And I got a little bit over the black there, but that's super easy to come back over with some black and clean it up. I've got a little patriotic project. I will probably paint live with use another clothespin. Okay, I think we're good there. Princeton Master Touch brushes off of Amazon. Excited to try. Oh, I love them. Oh, okay, Peggy, tell your sister I said hello. Are you making her help you paint? I mean, look at that. Okay, and then we're going to put a little bit of black up here at the top. If you're watching the replay, be sure and tell us hello after I post this. Be sure and put hashtag replay and tell us where you're from. And if you'll go back to the beginning, if you're just hopping on, if you'll go back to the beginning of the video, I showed you, I gave you a sneak peek of the second project, the first one and the second one that we'll be painting in on the paint day. Painting with Pam. I got to remember what I named it. Okay, so let's do, let me see how I have those. We're going to do black. Let's go down a little bit further. Okay, so I'm going to dip in the black. Still using that round brush. And we may not get it completely finished tonight. I'm not sure. We're going to try. Too much water there in my brush. I forgot to take it out. We'll let it dry and we'll come over it with a second coat. Mr. Pam has started on his office area downstairs. He started on it today to make room for the treadmill that's been in this craft room forever. So as soon as we get that out, I have some new shelves that are in the garage just waiting to be put together. And then I'm going to move my mailing, all of my mailing stuff, all of my boxes, packing tape and bubble wrap and all of that into the closet. Try to get organized. We are probably going to put our house on the market next spring. And I'm thinking, what am I going to do with all this stuff? You know, because you got to keep your house presentable and nice and clean. Okay, so now I'm going to take Williamsburg blue. And we'll do a little bit of blue under the eye. Doesn't take much. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and draw it with my pencil very lightly. And still using the round brush. And we'll go right under that black. We have our grand dog. You know, I usually have Mila here, but since the kids are in Alaska, we've got Phoebe. She's little. She's a miniature golden labradoodle. I can't remember. Anyway, she's very tiny, and compared to Mila, she's so little, and they are so different. They both love coming to Grammy and Papa's, But Phoebe is definitely a city girl. And Mila she's just a country girl at heart. She doesn't live in the country, but they go to the hiking and to the lake all the time, and she just jumps in that water. And she is an outdoorsy dog. Now, Phoebe likes to go outdoors, but she's very cautious and has to check every little noise out. It takes her forever to decide where she's going to go potty. She has to pick just the right spot. Whereas Mila, you let her out. She's out the door, she gets her business done, and then she's hunting rabbits. Phoebe is so very dainty, so girly. And little Mila's like a bull in a china cabinet. Okay, we're starting to look like some eyes now. I'm going to come at it at the opposite direction. And then we'll outline it all in black. All right, I'm going to go back to my small liner brush. Anyway, to me, it is just so funny how they can have such different personalities, animals. Okay, so I'm going to go back over this black lash here. Okay, and then I'm going to go around the outside edge. Mom had her first home health physical therapy today, so I'm anxious to hear how it goes. They were still there when I started my live, so I'll have to talk to her afterwards. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go underneath the blue. Very little pressure. Just added a little more moisture to my brush. It's challenging because of the ridges in this wood. Okay, I'm gonna come over and do the same thing, and then I'm gonna water my paint down, and we'll do some eyelashes. And that just really cleans it up. Let's do the cheek one. Now, I find it is much easier to pull my brush to me than to try to brush it away from me, stroke it away from me. Oops, forgot one here. Surprised y'all didn't call me out on that. I forgot the little line there on the eye. Okay, now let's do some eyelashes. Oh, he's already getting cute. So for that, I'm going to water this black down just a little bit. I've got some water in my brush. Okay, now I'm going to dab some of that water off and then just reload it. And I like to, again, go away from me. So I start about at the top here. I'm going to reload. Staying right on that line. Now let's put some little bitty ones in there. Okay, so there's with eyelashes and without. Okay, so let me draw that so I don't smear it. So we're going to go up, up and out. So these will go to the right and these to the left. And I know that's backwards for you on camera. Okay, let's put some little ones in there. Okay, pretty close. Let's go ahead and do some little eyebrows. Now you could get even more detailed and do some little lines here in this blue, but we're not going to get that detailed on this. Okay, so while I have the black still out, I'm going to switch to my 30 liner brush, long bristles on that, and we're going to do a mouth. Okay, so let's just make it go every which direction. Not just a straight smile. We'll make it kind of a crookedy smile. Okay, giving those eyebrows a few minutes to dry. Probably could have come down a little bit more with his mouth, but it's all right. Okay, now we need a nose. And we're going to base it in white. And while that's drying, we'll put our straw on. And then we need to float some cheeks. And make sure that mouth is dry. Now you could do a simple triangle for his nose. And kind of make it look stitched on. But I thought we would do a candy corn. And I'm just going to go ahead and base the whole thing in white. And then we'll put our color in. Now when I'm painting candy corn, I always think the heavier color, the darker color should be the base. So forever, I was putting the orange on the bottom. And that's not the way a candy corn is. The yellow is on the bottom. It is the bottom color. But it just doesn't feel right to me. But we're going to do it the right way. Okay, so I'm still using that round brush. And the white at the top is the only white that's really going to show. So just want to make sure you get that good and even. Now I do have this pattern, this facial pattern on my website. It's just a line drawing. I sold a lot of those last year. So some of you sent me a private message the other day, wanted to know how you could get my patterns. Well, I have a few on my website. And that's youngatheartcreations.com. Go into the store and have a snowman and this one. And maybe it's been a long time since I've been in there. Maybe a penguin. I can't remember. Okay, let's draw that. Put a little more white on it, and then we'll get our candy corn colors on there. See, isn't it gonna be so cute? A few more details to bring it to life. I think the eyes always bring it to life. Okay, so I'm going to very lightly, well, I don't think I even need the pencil. Let's do our orange in the middle, and then we'll do our, and this is, we'll do our yellow. This is spiced pumpkin. Okay, and just about halfway down. Now when I was tracing the pattern on, I got it a little bit out of shape, I guess you would say. So they're usually a little more pointed at the top, I believe, but I was running out of time and said, you know what, we're just going to go with it. Okay, let's draw that. By the time we finish with it, you'll know what it is. I am going bonkers, actually, with my craft room. Hi, Marie. Hello, hello. Just going a little bonkers with my craft room being unorganized right now. I have to have things organized. And it is far from organized right now. So if we put our house on the market, I may just put a enter at your own risk. This is technically a bedroom, but this is the business room. Use your imagination. We put a house up for sale one time, and the realtor was a good friend of ours. He's no longer living, and I was running a daycare in my house at the time, so I made it clear to him, okay, you know, they can come and look at the house anytime during the week, but understand I run a daycare. I have to have at least a 30-minute warning that you're bringing someone. Please call and set it up ahead of time. You know, let me know. So it never, and he was an older gentleman, but it never failed. He would call me a block from our house and say, I have someone to look at the house. And I go, okay, you know, how long? Well, we're just right down the road. So I would throw, all right, y'all, don't judge me. Please don't judge me. But I had 6 kids that I was keeping. And I would say, okay, people coming to look at the house, they knew the drill. We would throw things in the dishwasher. We would throw clothes or toys in the oven and just pray that nobody turned it on, not knowing that clothes were in there. But we had all kinds of things that we did because he would give me about a 5-minute notice that people were coming to look at the house. They were in the car, sitting where they could see my house when he would call. And I would go in panic mode every time and go, you're supposed to let me know. Thankfully, the house sold really fast. But it is hard to keep your house in tip-top shape especially when you work from your home. And David would come home sometimes and he would, what is this doing in the refrigerator? Well, let me explain. Okay, I've got a little bit of that orange left on my plate, so I'm going to go ahead and put another coat on that. And then we're going to float around that with some of that cocoa that we did around the face, just to make that nose kind of sit in there like it's not floating. Okay, see how this is dried all around the top of it? Well, if you'll just peel that top off, you can usually get a little more paint under there that has not dried. So I'm putting just a little bit of water. And that's technically even more paint than I need. I'm using a small angle brush. Okay, look at this side with the shading and the side that doesn't have it. Look at the difference that that makes. It doesn't look like it's just floating on his face now. Okay, let's do this side. Now this board has got some little divots in it. Divots. That's just the way it came. It looks like probably on the camera that it's specks of paint that I've gotten on it, but it's not. It's just little, tiny little holes. Not sure why, but Phoebe, the puppy, is afraid of my craft room. Mila will come in here and plop down, but after about 15 minutes, she's whining, wanting me to get up and come sit with her on the couch. But Phoebe just does not like it at all. And if you saw it right now, you would probably understand why. Okay, so there's that nose. Let's put a little bit of a couple of white highlights in that orange. And I'm just going to get it out of my lid because I don't need much at all. See if I like that. I think I like it going the other way. Let me cover that up right quick. I think I want it going that way. Okay, now we can put some on there. Okay, I like it better that way. Okay, I am going to put some little X's on his mouth. Don't know why, but I do see that on a lot of scarecrows. everywhere it dips. And one more. Okay, now we need to do some cheeks, and let's just go ahead and do the orange. And I'm going to use, this is the Dollar Tree Wet n Wild makeup brushes. This is the medium one. This is for the eyes, for eyeshadow. Thank you, Peggy. Thank you, thank you. And I'm just going to go into that, the orange. So I'm going to really get it in the bristles. But then I'm going to get most of it off on my hand, because the oils in your hand just seem to make it just right. And we'll make us some little cheeks. And then we'll do some floating underneath the eyes. These are the smile lines. These are not the cheeks. These smile line. I don't know what you would call them. I think of the cheeks as being here. Okay. But for those, we're going to float those. Okay, so I'm going to take my little angle brush, my smaller angle brush, and let's get it kind of moist. And this is the spiced pumpkin. Okay, I'm going to wash that off and put a little moisture here. Okay, I do need a little bit of white for the eyes. And I'm going to use my stylus, my largest one. Okay, now we need to do some straw. So let's use, let's see about my long liner. Let's see what we do with that. So I think we'll start with some brown first. Let's start with that milk chocolate, and then we're just going to kind of layer it. Okay, I'm going to water it down just a little bit. And then I got to be careful because the dots in the eyes, probably should have waited to put those in so that I wouldn't run my hand all over it. But we're just going to start, and I'm going to get most of that paint off. And then just reload when I need to reload. And it's okay if I come up above this here, because remember, this is going to go over it, so I don't have to be real careful like I normally would. And we want it to look like straw, so just kind of go in all different directions. You don't want to go up further than what your brim is going to come up here. Now I'm trying to decide. Do I want it going all the way across or just right here? I think right in the middle, because I don't want to go over the eyebrows. So we'll just kind of go up to the eyebrows. And then we'll come in with some of the marigold. And then we'll come in with some cadmium yellow. I'm going to switch to a small round. And let's do some of the marigold. Okay, I was just adding a little bit of water to the marigold. Okay, I'm going to turn it around because it's kind of hard to push it away, the brush away from me. Still have to be careful with the dots in the eyes. Remember, they're puddles of paint, so they take a little longer to dry. And I'm just going right over that brown. Letting it show through. Okay, now let's go through, go over it with some of the cadmium yellow. it's nice not having to worry about that at the top, what it's going to look like, because that brim will cover it up. Our VBS here in Howe at the Howe Church of Christ starts on the 19th for any of you that are local. Our VBSs are very well known around here. We go all out, especially in making sure that they know more about God and Jesus when they leave than they did when they came in. And our lessons this year are on 5 of the parables. Okay, let's see what that's gonna look like. All right, you think it needs to be longer, or do you think that's okay? Trying to think if I've left anything out. I think let's do a little bit of detailed work around the edges here. So let's get our white. Hi, Cindy. Thank you. Yeah, be sure and watch the replay. I do show in the beginning some of the things we're going to be, or a couple of the things that we're going to be doing in the Paint with Pam Day in August. And thank you, Peggy. My mom is doing much better. She got to come home. We got her home not yesterday, the day before, Tuesday. We got her home. She was glad to be back in her sleeping spot, and she's doing good. She started home health today, so I'm anxious to see how that went. They were still doing it when I started my live, so I didn't get to talk to her. Okay, so I'm going to take my long liner brush, load it up, and I'm going to dry those eyes now. They're dry enough that I can dry. If you dry them too hot with those dots in them, those dots will cave on you. They'll crack if you get them too hot. But I think they're dry enough now that if I were to run my arm across them, we'll be good. Okay, so let's do, I'm just going to go all the way down as if the brim wasn't there. And I want okay, we're going to go all the way around. to give it a little something something. Now, I've painted this pattern with you maybe a couple of years ago. We've done this one and the snowman pattern at several of my paint parties. Lots of you have painted these. Okay, and I'm not even being super precise on these. We're going to do the stick too. Okay, let's go ahead and do the white on our brim. And then I want to put some black also. Okay, so let's just go all the way around. So I can get him out of the way here. And I'm adding a little bit of water just to make that paint flow better. And I'm just doing a wave. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Roxy. All right, if y'all like what you're seeing, if you don't, that is perfectly fine. But if you like what you're seeing, throw some hearts or a thumbs up. I've got working on my algorithm with Facebook and those type of things. And when you comment, help us to get Facebook to send our videos out to more of our viewers. Because we can have 10,000 viewers and Facebook may only send our posts and our videos out to 1,000 of those 10,000. So the more things, anytime you're watching somebody's live, the more things you can do like that. Hearts, comments, thumbs up, anything like that helps them to send it out more to more of our viewers. And I'm like, you know, they're following, so you would think Facebook would send it to anybody who is following your page. But that's not how it works. So the more interaction, whatever it is, the better for us. Okay, almost done with the white. Okay, so we got the white done. Now we're going to go in with black. And you say, why black? Well, that tends to make the other colors pop a little more. So let me add a little bit of water. And we are almost done. So please help me spread the word about the paint day, August the 5th. Tickets are available now. They are limited, so it's not a huge event as far as having 100 or more people. It's not. I keep them small so I can have some one-on-one with you when you're painting. So I like to keep them relatively small. So seats are limited. But we just got the ticket sales link ready to go yesterday. Thanks to my sweet daughter. Because y'all know I'm not tech enough to do that. That also brings out the black, when we do this, the black dry brushing that we did in the beginning. I made myself stop long enough today to go have lunch with my hubby. We went and ate at a Dairy Queen that we used to go to when we were in high school. So we both got a junior burger. We took our water with us. So we had lunch together, small portion, and we only spent $7. We had to go anyway because we had to drop our water bill off. So we didn't use extra gas just to do it. So we were quite proud of ourselves today. He's been working out in the flower beds all day, and now he's working on getting the office ready for treadmill to come downstairs. Okay, so there's that. Now let's do it to this one, to the top part of the hat. Now the other ones that I've done, the face has been round, so it looks so different to me. Okay, let's get back into our black. Phoebe saw her first rabbit out here yesterday and took off running after it. Like I said, she's a little city dog. So I didn't know what she would do. David was out there with her. But she knew exactly what to do. She took off after that rabbit. I purposely put the white on the outside as more of a highlight. Okay, let me dry that because I can already tell I'm going to run my hand across it. While I'm finishing that up, be looking at his face. Now again, I may put a flower over here, I don't know yet, or a bow or something. Does his face need something else? What do you think? Oops, I got a little bit out of line there, so that one's going to be a little bit thicker. But there, nobody will ever know. Okay, let's try that, and let's go ahead and stick our brim on. Hi, Kim. Thank you. Hi, Rosemary. Thank y'all so much for hopping on. It means so much when we get on here and we look and we've got clean. Well, that's going to be underneath the brim. That's okay. We've got friends on here. I feel like I've got you in my living room, or my craft room, I guess you would say. I'm going to take a little bit of this Williamsburg blue. I've still got some on my plate. And I'm going to take my small makeup brush here and put a little bit of that on there. And do a little bit of highlight in there. Look at the difference that made. I don't know if you can see it with the light. Love, love, love those brushes. They're hard to find in Dollar Tree now because I think everybody's caught on, but I did notice that you can get them on Amazon. So that's where I will be ordering them if I can't find them in our Dollar Tree. Okay, so I'm going to glue his little hat band on. All right, I'm going to turn it up this way so I can make sure I get it right. It would have been cute to do it kind of that way too. Could have spackled it, splattered it. All right, let me get my glue, and I'm going to use CA Thick, Stick Fast CA Thick. I'm hearing that this is really, really hard to find now, and I paid probably $8 for that, and I'm hearing it's $15 to $16 now or more. So I won't, once this runs out, I won't be getting it anymore unless they come come down on the price because I'm not going to pay that. And it does stick fast. Let's just put it on this side. Doesn't take much. So I want to make sure I get it where I want it before I put it down. Oops. Put some pressure on it because this hat brim's a little bowed. Okay, and it is stuck. It is on there good. Okay, I'm going to raise you up. I feel like I got a bib on. Look at this. That's how short I am. I have to take it up that much for it to come up enough. There are some good things about being short. But then there are some things that are not. Like when you're in Walmart and what you need is on the top shelf. All right, so he'll probably get either a flower here, and I may work on the straw a little more. And he may not get anything. I don't know. Short and sweet. Short and sweet. $8 on Amazon. Oh, they went back down on it, Kim. Yay. Yeah, it does last a long time. Well, everybody said that it was like $17 and they couldn't find it. I know. I thought about some raffia. Or a flower or something, you know, something of that nature there. But I thought the raffia would be really cute to either wrap it around here or could even put it here or somewhere. I don't know. His face looks a little blank to me, so I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with that. If I want to do anything. And Kim, Mom came home and she's doing really, really well. Her still need a lot of speech therapy, but they started coming today. So I'm anxious to see how that went. But she is up and around, walking, and doing great. All things considered, we are very, very blessed. Very blessed. Raffia bow at the bottom. See, that's what I was thinking. It just needs something down here. So that would be really cute. That's probably what we will do. But there's another one. And, you know, you could put something on the back here. You could do a snowman or something and maybe put another one of these across to match. But I just thought it was cute. Here's one. I've got him up here just so I could remember what I did. The round-faced one. And then I did on the back of it, gingerbread man, or gingerbread boy, I guess is what we would call him. And then we've got the snowman that we did on them. So many things. So anyway, this one will be probably, I don't know, I may take him to the event in September, or he'll probably be at the craft show that we have in November here. Isn't he sweet? I've got to get some raffia. I'm out of raffia, so I've got to get some. But anyway, that's probably what's going to go there. And maybe a little bitty sunflower if I have one. I don't even know if I have any left, so I'm not sure. But let me show you right quick. And then he'll get all sprayed and he'll be a cutie pie. Let me show you. Here's what I did. I worked on last night. And it's got a little bit of white in the background with the blue. Still got to do a little bit of work on it. I'm not finished with it, but got to do that. Finish that. Get the hula skirt at Dollar Tree. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Ruth. I've got to go to Dollar Tree. That's a great idea. Okay, so I've got this little guy. And these are buttons up here. I've still got to put I haven't sealed it yet, so I've still got to put a hanger on it. And did some shading around the edges. But for the August the 5th, Paint with Pam Day, Kim, you should come. How far are you from me, Kim? I forgot how far you are. We will be doing, let me grab one right quick. They're over here. So we're going to do the snowman. For those of you that are new on here or you just came on, we'll be doing the clothespin snowman. And I love these. This one holds my Bob Ross picture. But you could put photos in it, recipes in it, Christmas cards in it, a big snowflake holding a big wooden snowflake. This is 6-inch. This is the size that we're going to be doing at the August the 5th Paint with Pam Day. So we're going to be doing a very tall one. This one, these are, and look how nice they sit for a shelf sitter, mantle. I don't know, you could put them just about anywhere. These are too big for a tier tray, I think, but this size is not. But anyway, we're going to be doing the big ones. And you could paint the back of it. You could even do it like Scarecrow on the front and Snowman on the back. But we're going to be doing the snowman. So we're going to be doing that. And we're going to be doing, it's only half done. I just started on it right before I started doing the live. I started painting on it, and so kind of like what that was. We're not doing a scarecrow. That's what I thought we were going to do at first, but there's a lot of tiny details in it, and I'm just afraid we'll run out of time, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm coming up with, this is what I'm working on right now. You can see it's definitely still a work in progress. Got to do some greenery up here, and we've got some things to go on the bottom, but look at the highlighting, and you'll be shading. I'm going to show you how to do that highlighting and shading, and I will have the pattern. I'm going to have the, and it's also going to have a critter on it. Not going to tell you what critter yet. You'll have to wait until you get there to find that out. But the greenery, and I'm going to have everything base coated as far as the blue, the background, and the lid. I'll have it base coated, but you'll do all the details. The flowers and the pumpkin and everything else I will have drawn on. The petals are going to be free-handed. I'm going to show you how to do that, but I will have the circles drawn so that you can know where to place your flowers. So it is going to be easy peasy, but you're going to learn a lot of techniques in it. So you've got highlighting, shading, show you how to do some dotting. I'm going to show you how to do petals with just one stroke with one brush, and you'll learn some leaves and some vining. So lots of detail in this one as well. So these are the two projects that we're going to do, and then we'll try to do some some little techniques and things maybe that I can show you how to do some strokes that maybe you've never done before. My chair keeps going backwards, y'all. I'm not dancing back here. I don't need to go potty. My chair just won't be still. I can't believe I just said that. Anyway, I would love for you to go. Oh, 3 hours. You're 3 hours from the Dallas airport. Well, I'm an hour north of Dallas. So I'm closer to Oklahoma than I am Dallas. Oklahoma is just about 30 minutes from me. There's only one town in between me and Oklahoma. I'm in Sherman, and then there's Denison, and then it's Oklahoma. So I'm probably only 2 hours from you then, Kim. Probably so. Anyway, and so we're not going to do anything on the back because we're going to leave the back blank because you can do something on the back of this. You could do, a whole different scene. You could do a winter scene. You could do a spring scene. So we're going to leave the back of it so that you can take it home and paint something on it. These are, what did I say, 15 inches? Yes, these are from top to bottom here are 15 inches. So they're going to be so much fun, and I just can't wait to paint with you. We'll break for lunch and then we'll get started. We're going to do this one first, or this one first. Look, it could be mama and daddy. You could do a whole family. You could do mom, dad, and then do a baby one. Wouldn't that be cute? Okay, I got too many projects already. I got to quit thinking like that. And anyway, I'll have everything that you need to finish them, and except for sealing them. I probably won't bring anything to seal them because I don't know if you're going to be putting it outside or inside. I'll have to think on that. We can't spray in there. So if we did a sealer, it would just have to be something like Mod Podge, or, you know, or something like that. And I like to let them kind of dry before we do that. So probably won't be sealing them, but I'll have everything else. Brushes, aprons, paints, everything. I've got to go get some paint. $125. That may sound like a lot. Got some paint on that there. Just noticed it. But I have to pay for the facility, and it includes all your projects here. I mean, the pieces that I've had to purchase, the paint and everything. So for 2 different projects, and then the day of fellowship, if you were to come to 2 separate paint parties to do these, I charge $35 per party. The hostess is free, but so that would be, you know, $70 there. And that's not with all the extra stuff that we've gotten. So it's really $125 is not that much when you consider how much work goes into getting one of these things together, coming up with patterns, getting your directions, making sure you have everything, the tablecloths, the paper plates, everything else. So that really $125 is a bargain. So I do have the tickets available. Just go to my website, youngatheartcreations.com, and click under events and paint with Pam. Or if you go onto my Facebook page, I have the flyer posted, and within that flyer, in the heading, I believe, is a link that will take you directly to it. Very important though, once you fill out the form, you're not finished. Look at my orange hand. You're not done. You fill out that form. So many of you last time filled out the form and said, I can't wait. I'm so glad that, you know, that I'm coming, and I would look and your name wouldn't be there. So I would not have a kit for you. Well, you went through the form and filled it out. But the very last thing underneath the form, it says register. You have to click that register button for it to send me notification that you have paid and you have registered and that you're coming. So be sure and click that register button. If you can't come, but you know somebody close enough that would love to come, that would enjoy it, you know, what a great gift. What a great back to school, before back to school gift for a teacher that would just enjoy coming and doing it. You don't have to know anybody. We all immediately become friends when we come in that room. But it's always so much more fun for you to come with a friend. So bring a friend, let everybody know about it. Please put it on your social media so I can get the word out. I will be handing some flyers out here in our area. Again, tickets are limited. So, you know, it's first come, first serve. So I wish I could have 50 of you, but just can't do that this time. So anyway, they are limited. If you have any questions, please private message me. Give me a hug. I am that close. Yes, that's what I've been trying to tell you. We are very close enough to just get together. So come on, Kim. I am up for hugs. Yes, I am a hugger. A lot of people are not, and I'll just hug before I realize it. And so I've started trying to remember to go, do you mind if I hug you? You know, I'm a hugger. And anyway, so bring on the hugs. And I would love to see all of you there. Love to meet you. And I learn from you when you come to these things. And I would love to have several of you. So bring as many as you can. And once we get to that limit, I'll let you know. July the 20th is the deadline. And they will go quickly. So don't wait too long. Okay, so we'll be doing this. And we'll be doing the snowman on here. I've got to go get some paint, but I'll have things base coated and ready to go so that we can have some downtime too. I don't want to just get right to the wire and we're not finished painting. So I thought I would go ahead and get the base coating done, and then you guys will do all the detailing. Okay, thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to go fix us some supper, and y'all know what we're having. We're having, you know, the little dinosaur frozen chicken nuggets. They're little, I think they're called Dino Bites. We love those. I know they're really for kids, but every now and then we try to, maybe once a month. That's what I'll fix with vegetables. So we're having dinosaurs tonight. Mr. Pam and I like to feel young every now and then. So, okay. All right, ladies, thank you so much for jumping on here. Don't forget to sprinkle it out. And if you haven't hit that follow button, I would love for you to hit that follow button. Thanks a lot, y'all. Good night.